Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. On my 1.5 hour commute into London I do a lot of reading and a bookmarker is important to me. So I know how important it is to make sure that the embellishments are flat, otherwise anything raised either gets squashed or it can damage your book. And the other importance is that the ribbon is actually anchored into place without having knots and bows there. So when I make mine, I always make sure these are anchored down. It's quite frustrating when you pull your book out of your bag and you've still got your bookmarker in the place but your ribbon's gone walkabouts. So let me show you what I do. I'm going to change the colours. I'm going to use Tangelo Twist and Saffron. You start off with a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 5 5/8 by a tad under 2 inches. I'm using the Scalloped tag topper punch, and as long as you've done it just under 2 inches you'll find your cardstock slides in very nicely, and just punch. And that's it, done. The reason I say the length should be 5 5/8 is because I know that that will fit onto the background stamp. The one I'm using is I Love Lace. So I'm going to do the background in Saffron. And because it is such a large stamp, it's a lot easier just to put the paper onto the stamp rather than the other way round, which is normally my preferred method, but when I'm doing something like this it's definitely easier to do paper to stamp. So as I say, this is the right length for fitting on to the stamp top and bottom. So what I do very carefully, put the top up, oh I think that slipped, put the top up there, and then I put some scrap paper and just very gently go over it, applying even pressure. And then the bottom half, making sure you hold the scrap paper in place. If that goes walkabouts, you may well find that the bookmarker goes walkabouts as well. Okay, so when that's done, lift that off and then lift the bookmarker. Oh no, it didn't move. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I do both sides on my bookmarkers. Whoops. So let's get the other side done as well. I'm not really a yellow and orange fan, but I have to say I do think that looks really, I'm really very impressed with that. Very pleased. Okay, so that's the Saffron. So let's get the other side of this done. Let's try doing it the other end this time. Okay. Don't put the same side down. I don't know whether it was still wet when on the occasion I had problems with it, or whether because it's a water-based ink going onto water-based, whether it that's what drew it out. But I did find that I took some of the ink from this page onto my cardstock. So that should be nice. Move that out of the way. Let's lift this up. Beautiful. I really am so surprised. Very pleasantly surprised. Right, okay. Tangerine, no, Tangelo Twist. This is one of our ink colours at the moment. I'm going to do the butterflies. I'm going to do the same ones as these. But what I tried to do on this one was I stamped off so that it's a bit lighter than that one. But I think I could have stamped off a bit more forcefully, shall we say. So let's start with these. Where did I? Yes, I've got some scrap here. Another piece. So this is for my big butterflies. I have smudged that a bit, but that will get cut off when I'm using the punch. Okay, now I'm going to try the little butterfly and stamp off. I'm going to test it first on my scrap paper. Can you see what I'm doing here? Let's move all this up a bit. Yes, you can see me. Okay, right, so I'm going to stamp off forcefully once. That's the sort of effect I'm after. So once, twice. That's good. It would just help it to show up more. On the first one I did, it was this one here, and it's not that obvious that there's actually one butterfly on top of another. That's it. Okay, let's see what that looks like then. A little bit of an experiment here, but it's the only way we find out, isn't it? Okay. Oh, sorry, the stamp set is called Papillon Potpourri. That's the 3 babies and the 3 big ones. Right, so what I'm going to do now is bring all the butterflies back, upside down, and then put the glue on. And I'm going to use Tombow. Make sure I'm still in camera. I do try and put a little dot on the bottoms of the tails. That's that. Obviously the glue will squidge out a bit as I put it onto the bookmarker. The Papillon Potpourri stamp set actually comes with a little stamp that does the antennae, which I think is quite a nice touch. But you could always just draw that on with the pen. There we go. I think that looks quite nice. Very simple. But it's very important to people like myself who do enjoy reading books. There we go. So then the ribbon, I'm going to use Tangelo Twist. Take about 6 inches. Right, what I do with this is I fold it to make what I call the breast cancer bow. I know there's a name for this, but I don't know what the proper name is. And then I feed it through the back with the loop facing upwards. So that will fold over. The ribbons will come through. Everything stays really nice and flat, so there's no knots or anything. I'll try and separate that a little bit because that just gives it a little bit of character. And then with my paper piercer, I will take a glue dot and I will very carefully lift one off and pop it underneath there. So that will hold that in place. Then I take one more and pop that in between these two. I have tried other glue dots in my time as a card maker, but none of them stay as nice as flat as Stampin' Up glue dots do when you lift them up. Normally you lift any glue dots up and they start getting stretchy and roll up and the rest of it. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut at an angle. That's one, that's two. There we go. And one very nice bookmarker. As I say, I'm not really a yellowy orange person. I don't think I've changed my mind about the orange, but I love that yellow, I really do. But there you go. What do you think? Do you read books? Would you be pleased to have one of those? There we go. Many thanks for watching my video. If you have any questions, please get in touch with me. It's lovely to hear from you. If you've liked this, please click on the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. It's on the top right hand side of your screen. If you'd like to purchase any of the products you've seen here, please click on the link below and that will take you to my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio!